evening I read some verses from a book of the Bible called 1 Corinthians. And 1 Corinthians, do you know who wrote that book? It was written by Paul, and guess who he wrote it to? The Corinthians. Very good. You're one for two. Very good. So Paul wrote it, and you know what it was? It's literally like a letter, right? St. Paul one day got out his pen and paper and started writing down a letter to the church in Corinth. The people living in Corinth are called Corinthians. And this is a letter I have, right? It came to me because it says right there, Walt Harper, and there's my home address. And there's the person that sent it. So that's a letter. Paul wrote a much longer letter in 1 Corinthians than this. This is one sheet of paper. He wrote a book of 16 chapters, I think it was. But here's the other funny thing I want you to know. We call it 1 Corinthians. What does that tell us? There's, first means, there's multiple ones. So the next one is called 2 Corinthians. And then in our Bibles, that's all the letters from Paul we have to the Corinthians. So if we say 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians, how many books did Paul write to Corinth? 16 chapters. 2 books, right? 2 books of 16 chapters. And they were letters. Now, if they were written to the Corinthians, how come I have it in my Bible? Have you ever wondered about that? Because if I write a letter to someone here, doesn't that letter just go to them? So Paul writes a letter to Corinth. But you know what they did? They read that letter and they thought, this isn't just for us, it's for the whole church, right? So they let us all have it. Now, here's what I want us to know. Paul writes these letters and they go out to the churches. Did you know the whole Bible is a letter? Oh, this is one of my Bibles. If I open it up here, whose name is on this page? I couldn't have said it better myself. He said the Bible is like a letter that Jesus wrote to us, right? So that we know what happened. That's exactly right. And this letter has my name and address on it. Somebody gave me this Bible, so whose name is there? That's my name, right? And that tells me who gave it to me. And they gave me this Bible on Father's Day of 1993. So it's nice to have a Bible with my own name in it. Many of us do, right? If you don't, it's always fun to have one Bible where you say, that's my Bible, and my name's in it. And just like a letter, I can see. Just like you said, Jesus wrote this letter to me to let me know about his love and his care, right? All right, thanks for coming. Blessings.